noticed in your bio that you are part of the Cherokee Nation, which was so fascinating to me because every third African American person you meet in America says, "What? I got a little Indian blood." So, what was
Right.
that like? Because I know that that is not an easy feat, and then there's a process to become part of the nation. So, what was that process like when you learned that part of your heritage?
It was, I mean, one of the most eye-opening, sometimes just hard to reckon with, the connection. With my family, my great-grandfather was enrolled on the Dawes through the Dawes Commission. So he received a land allotment. So did my two oldest great aunts. And for me, it was a matter of producing my birth certificate, my father's birth and death, my grandmother's birth and death. That's all I had to provide. But in that time since enslavement, and a lot of people don't realize the five tribes, being the Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Muskogee Creek, and Seminole Nations, practiced chattel slavery. Their citizens did. And my ancestors were enslaved by citizens of the Cherokee Nation. And I also am a descendant of citizens of the Cherokee Nation, from the early period as well. Learning that was like, I had never learned it in school. I knew my grandmother had a connection to the Cherokee Nation. I knew that, but seeing it in black and white, looking at my great grandfather's Dawes card and seeing the name of his parents, slaveholders, was, I mean, it was just, my gosh, even now talking about it, it's still very shocking. But through that time, through the treaties of 1866, which celebrate their 160th anniversary this year, where the descendants of the enslaved of those nations were made citizens of the nation, rights have switched back and forth since that time. And luckily, thanks to our chief, Chief Hoskin, and several other folks within the nation, the descendants of the formerly enslaved have a right to citizenship. And it is something that I value and I pride very, very much. I have a great great grandfather who advocated for me to have that right today. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I pursued it.